Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Well, we're back here at Fred Bean's Honda in Abington, Pennsylvania, and I got serious Civic hatchback action going on here. Here it is. It's a 2026 Honda Civic hatchback hybrid sport touring trim. Boost blue is the color. You're talking about almost 600 miles to the tank of gas, almost 50 miles to the gallon in combined driving. Leather interior, front wheel drive. So you let me know if you're in the market for a hybrid, you want the hatchback because you want more room than a standard trunk. Is this new 26 Civic sport touring hybrid with that hatchback the way you would rock and roll down the road? You can let me know as we go through the car. So let's dig in. Front end of this Civic hatchback hybrid sport touring in the Boost blue. I love the color. Let me know what you think. Moving on in, full spread of LED lighting across the front of the grille. We're going to have gloss black on the center of the grille with the Honda badge, and then flat black down below with functional side air curtains. Low slung hood, real sporty look, especially with this color. Now as we come around to our wheel and tire package on this Civic, please excuse my shadow here for a second. It's going to be an 18-inch aluminum alloy wheel with the Honda badge on the center cap. Wheels are wrapped in Goodyear Assurance all-season tires, 235 on the width of 40 series sidewall 18s, all four corners. Front wheel drive. Moving on out, there's the full side profile with the Boost blue. No chrome at all around the windows. We have McPherson front strut multi-link in the rear for the suspension setup. As we come in closer, we're going to have gloss black side view mirror caps with LED turn signals, color matched front and rear door handle, fuel filler on the left side, up top color matched roof, shark fin antenna, standard sunroof over the back of the hatchback with the wiper there on the bottom of the glass. We're going to have LED tail lights, standard bulbs for turn signals, and then the Honda badge in the middle, Civic on the left in black, sport touring on the right in black, and then hybrid down below in black and blue. They got a lot of badge action going on. Then the rear diffuser area is going to be flat black with our exhaust tucked up underneath the rear of the vehicle. We're under the hood of this 26 Civic hatchback sport touring hybrid, and we have Honda's 2-liter Atkinson cycle inline 4-cylinder hybrid engine mated to electronically controlled CVT, 200 horsepower, 232 pound-feet of torque, MPGs 50 in the city, 45 on the highway, 48 combined. The engine's minimum octane rating is 87, so you can run this on regular unleaded gas. Before we get into the interior, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much? Well, here we go. Base price, 26 Civic hatchback hybrid sport touring, $33,495. It's an additional $455 for this Boost blue paint. Once we add that in, and a destination and delivery charge of $1,150 from Honda's Yorimachi, Saitama, Japan assembly plant, we have a total vehicle MSRP from the factory of $35,100. And for those who are interested, there is no import fee attached to this vehicle. So let's check out the interior. Starting with the driver door panel, we'll move in closer. We're going to have black soft touch material across the top, gloss black into your brushed aluminum door handle. Then we're going to have the light gray and black on the insert and the armrest with the stitching nice and soft. Gloss black ribbed trim to keep the fingerprints and dust away as best you can. Flat black on the switch gear. We do have a good size door pocket for this vehicle, and we do have the 12-speaker Bose sound system in here. As we come down to the foot box, we have a large dead pedal, aluminum finish on the brake and accelerator, floor mats in the rear of the vehicle at this time. Seating-wise, we have power without lumbar for the driver. Same thing for the front passenger. Like to see lumbar in here. And then we have the light gray leather with the white cross stitch. Bolstering feels soft. Headrests feel soft. Front passenger door panel, same action as the driver. As we come on over to our dash, we have the soft touch, gloss black, and then some brushed aluminum trim with that mesh design into the heat and air vent. Down further, we have a large glove box. Now, as we come on over, here is the 9-inch infotainment system, wireless CarPlay, Android Auto with built-in nav, decent pinch to zoom capability right there. So that is a good deal. You have your home button right here, and from here you can get your maps, Bluetooth your phone. Here's your radio, where you get your radio sources, AM, FM, USB, Bluetooth, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, Alexa, and Google News. No Sirius XM. I don't know about that. You let me know if that's a deal breaker on this vehicle. Now, as we come on back out, you have your Play Store. There's your CarPlay, Android Auto, Alexa, Google Assistant, vehicle settings, general settings, profile settings, power flow. Since we do have hybrid action, you got a power flow meter right there, show you where all the power is going. Again, trip computer all the way over here. System updates, Wi-Fi, hotspot, Honda Link to hook the vehicle up with your smartphone. Day-night mode. So they have everything sitting right in here, nice and easy. You can go to your vehicle settings, do your tire pressure calibrations, set up your meters, set up your keyless access, door setup, lighting setup, individual settings as far as your climate or as far as your drive modes go. There's your lighting setup where you can go ahead and take care of your interior, exterior lighting and all that jazz. So nice and easy. We're back to home, and let's get back to our map. And here we go. Now let's go to reverse. We do have a large backup camera, takes up the whole screen. Could be a little clearer. It has trajectory, and you do have extra views down below. We'll go back to park, and we're pretty much done with the infotainment system. Now, as we come on down, we have push button start in red right over there. Four-way hazards, more of that mesh design with the heat and air vents. Down further, we do have physical switches for your dual climate, which I like. 3-stage heated seats for the driver and the front passenger. And then down further, 2 USB-Cs, a 12-volt wireless charging pad. Here is the gear shift with the leather gator to go through the simulated gears of this eCVT. More of this gloss black rib trim, again, to keep down on fingerprints and scratches. 2 cup holders. Your Honda key fob is right here. Here it is. Lock, unlock, remote start, pop the tailgate and your panic button. Honda badge on the back. And then underneath that, you have your drive modes. We'll check those out when we go through the dash. You have your electric brake, auto vehicle hold, and then you have a nice armrest, super soft. Open that up. You have a removable tray there and a larger area underneath for storage. Steering wheel, we have a black leather steering wheel with the light gray cross stitch, Honda badge on the horn button, round bottom wheel. But I do have enough room at 5'11" to get in and out of the Civic. It's a nice open and airy cabin for a compact hatchback. And so no problem. Flat black on the switch gear. Over here, seek for your music, volume, voice commands, controls over here for the left side of the digital dash. And then we can come on to the right side where you're going to have your adaptive cruise. We do have paddles. That's going to adjust the level of regen braking for you. And then we do have our left stalk with our headlight controls, turn signals, high beams. On the right, front and rear wiper. Over here on the left, bright and dim the dash, traction control off. And we do have a manual tilting and telescoping wheel, but no heated steering wheel in the Sport Touring. Would have been nice to have one at 35 Gs. Let me know what you think. Here's the digital dash. Like I mentioned, the left scroll bar, you can choose your media, whether you want CarPlay, Android Auto, Bluetooth, or your AM, FM. And then the right scroll bar, you can go ahead and choose what else you may want to have up when you're going down the road in this Civic. So fairly customizable, not bad. I think I'm going to leave it right here on our gas mileage and all that other good stuff. And then if you want to go to your drive modes, they're going to come up on the infotainment screen. So let's check those out. Right, you have economy, normal, sport, and individual. But overall, there's a good amount of drive modes in here. Overhead console, got a spot for your shades right there. You have the SOS button in case there's an emergency on the road. If you want your LED dome lighting to come on and off when you open and close the door, this button remains in the center on door. So when you open the door, lighting comes on, close the door, lighting will dim out, and then here's the switch for the shade. So for the roof, the shade moves back manually, and then one click, glass goes back, wind buffeter comes up, one click back closed. And if you want to tilt it, just push that switch up towards the roof. It tilts up. or it comes back down. Then you can move the shade back with your hand. We have a framed rear view mirror with auto dim, sun visor with vanity, and a non-LED light. Should be LED for consistency. And then, does it slide? Yes, it does. Getting into the back of this Civic hybrid hatchback. Rear door panel time first, though. Everything remains the same, except hard black plastic instead of soft touch up top. I'd like to see them put soft touch up there for 35. Now, I have the seat set for my driving position, but I got a sloping roof line. So in with the right leg, duck, twist, bring the left leg in. But once I am in, I have enough room for my head, shoulders, and knees at 5'11". But if you're over 5'9", you're going to have to duck. And if I'm over 6'1", I'm going to hit my head. That's how I estimate it. Now, knee room, plenty of room. We have that leather all the way down. No seat pocket behind the driver. We do have one behind the front passenger. I'd like to see some connectivity in the back of this rear console area. Heat and air. I can feel the air conditioning that's on right now and its lowest fan speed from back here in the rear seats. So that's not a big deal for me, but connectivity is at 35 grand. Now, as we come to the rear seats, we have the same color combo in the leather, the light gray, nice and soft. Be careful about stains. So I don't know if I've said that yet. Then our armrest, super soft, 1 1/3 cup holders. So overall, once you get in, it's pretty darn comfortable in the back of this Civic, and these seats are really poofy on the old rump. Getting into the tailgate area of this hybrid hatchback Civic Sport Touring, it's a manual tailgate. You can pop from the key fob, or you come to the back, and right underneath the Honda badge, there's a button. You hit it, and you lift right up. Nice and light, nice wide opening. 24.5 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of this Civic hatchback with the rear seats up. Come on in. Here's your carpeted floor mats right here. Front license plate bracket right there. Underneath here, though, we have more storage right there and a fix-a-flat, so no spare. That's kind of a bummer. And if you need more room, you can just reach forward, push the button, and push the rear seats forward. And with the rear seats down, as you can see, you got a lot more space. There's no official spec from Honda on this 26 Civic with these seats down, but there's a lot more room for storage, much more versatile than the sedan. All right, so we're out on the road in this 26 Civic hatchback Sport Touring Hybrid trim in the Boost Blue. I think it's a great color on this car. I really do. It's a Skittles type color. I'm not always into bright colors on the outside, but I don't know, the Civic hatchback is just one of those cool cars that I think looks good in bright colors. But you let me know what you think about that Boost Blue. But right off the bat, great visibility out of all the glass. Big side view mirrors, blind spot monitoring, cross traffic alert, lane keep assist, pre-collision. All that action in here for safety. LED lighting up front for safety. So that's a good deal. We got the 9-inch infotainment, built-in nav, wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, heated seats, wireless charging, USB-C connectivity, 12 volt. I'd like to see some connectivity in the back at 35 grand, and I'd like to see a heated steering wheel in here at 35 grand as well. You let me know what you think about that. But overall, it's a nicely equipped interior, especially with the leather seats that are very, very comfortable. Very comfortable. And a very smooth running drive line here with this hybrid system with the eCVT. In my view, Honda makes the best hybrids, for sure. Toyotas are awfully good. Hyundai Kias are getting better, but I just think Hondas are the best. They seem to me to be the smoothest. They seem to be the quietest running ones, even under load. And they get really good gas mileage. And I really enjoy driving them. And when I give you an idea, we're going to stop now since nobody's behind me, and we're going to give it some. And it's not as loud as the Toyotas and the Corolla. It's quieter. Is it quiet? No, not quiet, but for a hybrid with an eCVT, it does a nice job of keeping that sound down, even when you're under load. So I do love that. And and the handling is great. It's a really fun vehicle to hoon around, even in this hybrid format, because you got 200 horsepower and 232 pound-feet of torque. It's got more power than a Civic Si. So it feels really good on the road. It feels really well planted. You know, it just, the handling is light, but it is tight and right. And you know, you can see why they make the Type R, you know, from the Civic. It's just a really good, well-balanced, well-handling vehicle. And this one gets great gas mileage. Now, AI was telling me this thing is going to get 595 miles to the tank of gas. I don't buy it. I looked up the fuel tank size in the owner's manual. It's 10.6 gallons. So at 50 miles a gallon, that's 530 miles to a tank of gas. I think that's where it's going to be. If you own one of these Civic hybrids in the hatchback format or the sedan, let me know what you're doing on a tank of gas. I'd be curious to hear from you as far as that goes. I can only go by what's on the window sticker and what's the tank size in the owner's manual. Real world, I'm not going to know on this drive. Now, the turning radius on this car, a little bit wider than the Mazda 3 we saw yesterday at almost 19 feet, and it's not going to make it. Actually, a little over 19 feet. So we got to K-turn it. You see the nice large backup camera. And now we're going to try sport mode. I don't know if it's really going to matter, but here we go. Oh, it picks up a lot faster. Oh yeah, you get much better throttle response in sport mode. Wasn't expecting that. And you know what? The brakes feel great. Wasn't expecting that. Yeah, much better throttle response in sport. And down the road you go. I love that. I really do. We'll go back to our normal mode. We'll go back to Econ, see how that relaxes the vehicle. Now the paddles, like I mentioned earlier, they adjust the level of regen braking in this hybrid. So it does not shift gears or simulated gears at all. Now we're in economy, and you could tell it is not getting off the line as quickly. It is now maximized for MPGs. And I think that's what this car is all about. I think most people are going to run this in economy because they want to maximize MPGs, minimize fuel costs, get as best miles per gallon as they can out of this. And I think 50 in combined driving is possible. They're telling you 48. I think if you drive it right, you probably could get a little bit more than 50. But that's why I want to hear feedback from real world owners. Oh my God, Mike. Learn how to talk, brother. From real world owners, what they're doing on gas mileage and how their fuel costs are. Because I think this is going to be cheap to run, really cheap to run, especially with regular unleaded gas and only a 10.6 gallon gas tank. This thing is right in there as far as that goes. It's a fun car. It is so much fun. You don't need a Type R to have fun. You don't need to spend almost 50 grand on a Civic to have fun. You can have fun in this hybrid. They're just so well balanced. They handle so well. And at 35 grand, yeah, it's a little expensive, but it is a hybrid, and it does bring some pretty good value in this segment because it's a sport touring. It's not a cheap trim, right? And you're going to pay, you know, maybe a little bit less for a Corolla, but this is a whole lot better than a Corolla. It's bigger, it handles better, it's got a better hybrid setup. It's just better, you know, all the way around. And I'm no Honda fanboy, okay? I'm just trying to be objective when it comes to these things as best I can. And I've driven all the Toyota hybrids for the Corolla, and I've gotten this hatchback, and it just drives better. And it's bigger, it's got more room. So anyway, you let me know what you would do. Honda Civic Hybrid, hatchback or sedan, Toyota Corolla Hybrid, hatchback or sedan. Put it in the comments, let me know. But I do want to thank Fred Beans Honda here in Abington, Pennsylvania for allowing the channel access to this brand new 2026 Honda Civic Hatchback Sport Touring Hybrid for review today. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turn on that notification bell so you never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.